What up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I want to discuss Deontay Wilder and Joshua, but really Deontay Wilder and his legitimacy of having that $50 million. Okay. Um, the reason why I'm making this video now is because of new development. You know, Eddie Hearns is trying to iron out a new deal for this fight. And the reasons why is he rushing to get this fight made? I'll get to that later. But nonetheless, he's going out for this fight, and he warns Deontay Wilder that he'll give him 2 to 3 weeks to make up his mind about this deal. Now, here's the deal. For those who don't know, Deontay Wilder's camp, or himself, has sent Eddie Hearns through email a $50 million offer, saying that there's $50 million guaranteed to Anthony Joshua. And that's what it was. Anthony Joshua, when he saw it, he responded, "Let's roll." Now, all this is on social media, okay? But it looks like this is the only place it's at, because when Eddie Hearns went to make a meeting, and the meeting was already scheduled before this proposal, mind you, the meetings were canceled. The talks of meetings were canceled by the Wilder camp. So that should tell you something, Let's look at it like this. Deontay Wilder has never seen that type of money, especially the type of money that Anthony Joshua made. By default, because I'm saying this, the marquee fighter, the A-side fighter, is Anthony Joshua, okay? It's not because Anthony Joshua is a better boxer. It's because Anthony Joshua has been marketed better, because I feel that he has a better promotional team in England or Great Britain, okay? He's done more in half of the fights Deontay Wilder has. Deontay Wilder not saying that he cannot beat Joshua. It's saying that Anthony Joshua is just the man, okay? He's the golden goose. He's the golden boy of the times in the heavyweight division, okay? Deontay Wilder is a person that's trying to get a fight, or supposedly he's trying to get a fight. And if, because you have to say, I say supposedly, because if you had $50 million that you were going to give someone guaranteed for a fight, because, with a 50-50 split, because that's what the deal was from Deontay Wilder's camp, okay? But then you cancel negotiations. We already know, because we've already done this. I've already made a video about this. It's pretty much self-explanatory if you use your brain. You don't cancel meetings if you know you had this money. I honestly don't think there's any money. I don't think there's any money at all. I think what they're trying to do is, think about it. They're trying to make Joshua and Eddie sign a deal to take a fight that, after everything is said and done, they can then in return pay Joshua what they owe him, win or lose. But I don't think they have that right now up front. I think they're trying to scuffle together this money, or if the fight gets big and they're trying to make this fight, they're trying to promote it in a certain way so it will maybe make $80 to $100 million. Then they can afford to pay Anthony Joshua his $50 million, right? And then with the 50-50 split, pay Deontay Wilder by paying themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because by default, Deontay Wilder works, or they work for Deontay Wilder, so they'll get their cut out of that. That's what I believe, honestly, how this is going down. Because that's why all the negotiations are getting cut short now, is because they don't have that money to put up. I don't think it was a PR stunt. I think it was a tactic, how they would do things. What they would do is, okay, we have the $50 million, but they'll never see the $50 million. But it's just Eddie Hearn being cat slick shit as he is, slick as he is, he's going to be the one that, okay, show us the money then. Show it to us. They don't want to hear it. And then all of a sudden, because he wants to know proof of the money being there, now, hey, we're closing all meetings. This is not productive, right? So that tells you a lot about this negotiation. But the one thing is apparent, as long as one side is trying to make the fight is not dead. So guys, don't give up hope. But what I want to tell you, for all the Deontay Wilder fans or the people that are not Anthony Joshua fans, okay, this fight is still in negotiation. That's the positive side of it. But you have to understand the proof is in the pudding, like Floyd Mayweather Jr. always says. If one guy or one side is trying to make the fight and the other side is saying no, 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 and hell no, that should tell you. That's self-explanatory. So you shouldn't have to worry about, oh man, who's holding this fight up? Is it Eddie Hearns? Is it Al Heyman? Is it Shelly Finkel? On the Wilder side, is it anything? No, it's not any of that. What it is, I think they tried to call the bluff and they thought Joshua was going to sign some bullshit paper or a binding contract was already going to be made without even the money being produced. That's what it is. Okay. Now, let me tell you guys something. Deontay Wilder needs to humble himself, needs to understand that he is the B side of the equation. And look, I'm the kind of guy, I don't even really like the A side or B side, of any of this. I don't like it at all. Okay. But it is a reality. It is a business standpoint. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting a cut from it. I'm just telling you how it is. And how it really is like this. You have one fighter that's a lot popular and makes more money than another fighter. Then you got the other fighter that may be better, right? He may be better, but he lacks the marketing team. He lacks the money. He lacks the substance of money. Okay. But that doesn't say he's not the worst fighter. He just can't get a shot. And this is how it goes. Okay. It happens all the time in the sport of boxing. You look at Golovkin. You look at Canelo. You can't really compare those two financial wise. I was just talking about Bernard Hopkins today, right? Bernard Hopkins took a $10 million payday to fight Oscar De La Hoya at a catchweight for the undisputed middleweight championship of the world. And in fact, Bernard Hopkins, he agreed to it, knocked out Oscar De La Hoya in 10 rounds with a body shot. That's what makes you a Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? Now, I think Deontay Wilder has to realize that he has to succumb to an agreement to fight Joshua if he feels he can win. It can't be all about money. And in fact, Bernard Hopkins was in the same predicament as Deontay Wilder at that point, because Bernard has never seen $10 million. Okay, just like Deontay Wilder have never seen 12.5 million. Now if he doesn't take what Eddie Hearns gives him, with the new deal that he's supposedly ironing up and making out, it's only by default that he does not want to be great, and he's worried more about pride or greed than legacy. Okay. See, because Bernard Hopkins took that damn money because he had confidence in himself. He had faith that he was going to whoop Oscar De La Hoya, and he did. And Oscar De La Hoya, you know how much money Oscar De La Hoya made for that fight? You know how much money he made for that fight? He made $30 million compared to Bernard Hopkins' $10 million. Now you do the math. Now, if Bernard Hopkins would have been someone consumed with greed or what the other person had, he would have been bitching and moaning like these guys do today. Oh, well, why the hell does he get 30 million? I'm only getting 10. And he would have missed his opportunity to be great. Now look at Bernard Hopkins, all-time great and Hall of Famer. Has done numerous things for the sport of boxing, has been one of the oldest champions, period. He's the oldest champion, period. You know what I mean? Him first, then George Foreman second, being 45 years old, 8 months, and knocking out Michael Moore. Okay, so that's the type of things that you have to take sacrifices in this fight game to get what you really say you want. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people I'm seeing new fighters say they want a particular thing, but then when the push comes to shove, they don't take it and they don't make the opportunity. Okay, so let's see what Eddie Hearn's new deal is, and let's see if Deontay Wilder takes it. But I just gave you an example of someone that took a sacrifice like Bernard Hopkins did to be great versus Deontay Wilder is passing up numerous opportunities. Okay. He passed up the 7 million to fight Klitschko. He could have been in a whole different tier right now if he would have fought and beat Klitschko. And he passed up the 12.5. Let's see what else he passes up. And if he keeps passing that up, he won't have a marquee fight to show he's the best. Okay. And this is what we're dealing with. You guys tell me what you think about this whole new deal, about this video. Please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.